So, okay. Let's start this over, all right? What's up, everybody? Welcome to AEW Uncensored. I'm here with my man, Alan. We are the Beast from the East
The
with the
least
least research.
research.
We are Nolan Hash, and we are the Bridge and Tunnel Connect. Holy fuck. Again. Every time I'm like, the beginning was so smooth, right? I mean, and then I come to find out we are on mute. George, what's up, George? George could join us because we're a little
That's
early.
right.
Well, maybe it's like 3 a.m. for George right now. But yeah, anyway, what's up, everybody? Welcome to AEW Uncensored Podcast. I am Bill. This is my man, Alan. We are the Bridge and Tunnel Connect. We are Nolan Hash, and we are the Beast from the East
With the least
research. Third time is the
There
charm.
you go.
That went smoothly. So anyway, like I said before with the mute on, is thank you for joining us. Happy Easter to those that celebrate. I'm not really a religious guy, but my mother kind of is, not, you know. So she's doing a little thing. You know, I got my two nieces, so I'm going to be going there in a few hours. So Alan graciously changed the time and accepted doing a podcast today. I didn't want to miss a podcast. We haven't missed one yet. So just wanted to get this a full year in without missing anything. So since we're right there, I figure we'll do it. So thank you, Alan, for being gracious with that. I'm not cutting out the audio version of this. That is probably going to be recorded. So that the YouTube didn't hear the original. So they're going to hear all three intros on the podcast. And I'm leaving that on purpose just for your listening pleasure. For me, I think stuff like that's laughable. So good content.
A little behind the scenes.
A little behind the scenes. Fuck ups. Oh, it's midnight in Sydney. Cool. Good to have you here, George. Nice to, I know George every once in a while shoots us a message, but, or listens early in the morning on his way to work. So, as always, like, share, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell. Like. Uncensoredalliance.com. Everything we do is there. Email AEWUncensoredPodcast@gmail.com. Love mail, hate mail, questions, comments, statements, send it to us. I don't get emails, man. I like emails. Please stop being lazy fuck. Send me an email. I know people listen and I see the numbers. So we want to hear some interaction from you. Because if I get 2 years in and there's no interaction except the same few guys in this live chat and the basically nothing's coming, the numbers aren't going up, I'm done. I'm out.
That's our time limit.
After 2 years, man, I'm kind of joking here, but because we are doing pretty good numbers wise with the podcast. So shout out to everybody who listens. On Facebook, AEW Uncensored Podcast. We have a page and a group. Throw it in the search bar. Like the page. Join the group. You can find us on all third-party podcast applications. Also, Google Podcasts, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeart Radio, and iTunes. Please, again, we see you're listening. Please review us on iTunes. All right? Please. Thank you. Appreciate it. And as always, catch us on Skype. Links in the description of the podcast and the live stream. So get with us on Skype. That's how you'll be able to join the show and be a guest. We like guests. Yeah. We have our normal guests, but we'd like to hear from some other people. So join us, please. We'd really like that. So all right, let's get the show on the road. You got some miscellaneous, so shoot it out.
Yeah. So this is significant news. It was announced that Jericho is going to be on Austin's Stone Cold podcast. Yep. This came out of nowhere. Austin actually told the story of how it came about, which is quite interesting, that he had recorded the episode with the Undertaker, and Jericho texted him after that to basically say, hey, cool show. It was awesome. And Austin texted back like a thumbs up and a beer. And then Jericho decided to call him and just say, hey, how about having me on as a guest? And Austin's like, I don't know if Vince is going to let that fly. So he asked Vince, and Vince said, sure. And then he asked him again because he said he's been in the habit of, he'll ask Vince something and Vince will say sure to something and then he hears it again. He goes, what the fuck? No. And so he decided to actually text him again and say, wait, are you sure? This is Jericho. Vince is like, yep, go for it. So that's going to be, really interesting. I'm very surprised considering. So that's going to be happening, WrestleMania weekend. I unfortunately will not be able to watch it because, as I was telling Bill, my WWE network is essentially canceled because I refuse to go to the Cock, otherwise known as Peacock.
Yeah.
So hopefully there'll be clips online. There will be, clips online to see what they talk about. I'm sure they're not going to be able to avoid talking about AEW. So we'll be curious to see how that goes.
Yeah, that's interesting. And talking about Peacock, I mean, soon there's not going to be any WWE content, especially during the era a lot of people love, which I wasn't a fan of, the Attitude Era.
Yeah, the Attitude Era is going to be trimmed to around 1 year when Peacock is done removing content.
It's going to be 4 hours of content.
Exactly. Roddy Piper will no longer exist. Val Venus will no longer exist. I literally just saw this news as we were coming on the air. They removed this concert by The Rock that he did because he says certain things during the concert. It is a fucking dumpster fire. I want no part of it. So I'm done with the network.
Sadly, this was a way that a lot of tape traders and collectors got a lot of old footage that wasn't WWF, like all the territories that they bought the footage of and stuff like that, and WCW, NWA stuff. Yeah. So unfortunately now, the stuff that hadn't been released up until now is it's probably not going to be available in whole. I mean, some of it was already chopped a little bit, but not as aggressively as it looks like Peacock is doing. So.
And it really is a shame because over the last number of years, the network has pulled up a lot of really cool content. Mid-South, AWA, they've been pulling a lot of stuff that they now have the rights to footage to. And I just feel like now that's just all going by the wayside. All Peacock is going to really care about is going to be recent events. And, they'll put up pay-per-views and they may have a little bit of historical stuff here and there. But, yeah, I think it's a bad future for WWE fans and quite frankly for any wrestling fans at all who went to the network for that kind of stuff. Because there are people who I know who went to WWE. They didn't care about WWE at all. They went to the network for Mid-South and for AWA and for NWA and for WCW. And nobody's going to care anymore now. It's sad.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm wondering, you got to understand some of that 80s stuff was, you're like, oh shit, he said
exactly.
That, like, and like Mid-South, like, would they cut out the Russians attacking Bill Watts? You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember. I don't remember. It's been a while since the angle, but there was the whole Russian angle. I believe it was Bill Watts when Eddie Gilbert had the Russians, and I think they beat up Bill Watts and they put him under a Russian flag. My memory's foggy on it, but something along the lines. But like, is something like that going to get cut out? You know what I mean?
It's hard to say. There, like obviously you've got the offensive content that's offensive by today's standards, but then I guess in terms of like violent offensive content or violent whatever content, it's like I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's even like you would consider. I wouldn't say just violent. It's more like like Russia,
right?
And U.S. It's like a, God forbid we have any kind of a like dissension in anything,
right?
But the media will keep posting about it, and we'll be all right with it.
Yeah, and they like
nobody cancels the fucking media.
Well, right? Also they like hating Russia today. Hating Russia is a good thing to do today. Yeah. So yeah.
So there you go. So Peacock has there's a reason. But everybody loves canceling everything except the fucking media that causes all this strife.
Yeah.
Anyway, you done with that?
Yes, I thought it was interesting. I am hoping that there are enough clips will be able to go up online that we'll be able to maybe talk about it. We'll be able to watch it and see if they do bring up anything with AEW. Again, I'm sure it's going to be something that would be not a lot, but just having Jericho on that show it'll be very surreal. So.
Yeah, dude, I just wanted to say something.
Mm-hmm.
I forget where it popped up, but I want to see a goddamn Russian leg sweep.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing Russian leg sweeps
That's
anymore.
true. You're right. I can't remember the last time I've seen one.
Hey, last time I said this, we got the abdominal stretches that I had mentioned, right?
Let's see if
Remember?
Tony's listening. That's right.
So I want some motherfucking Russian leg sweeps.
Maybe Miro will do it. Miro will do one next week.
Yeah. Wait. Let's politically correcticize it. The leg sweep, okay? We can't Russian leg sweep it, but it was something that popped up. I forget where the fuck I even heard it. It might have been Talk is Jericho, honestly. They maybe mentioned it on there because I listened to a couple. It might have been the Malenko.
Okay.
I believe they were talking about nobody does it anymore, and kind of put a bug in my ear.
Miro will do it, and they'll simply call it the Miro sweep.
There you go. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. I had the little note there. Let's just get right into it. Well, real quick. George says, can we just, I guess he means say that the Pinnacle are beasts at the moment and Inner Circle back to what they do best. We'll get to that. So, Kaz and Christian up first. Obviously, Cage is being framed as a babyface, as if there was a question.
Yeah.
Had a couple awkward moments. I guess you could say the guy hasn't really been in a live ring in 7 years. I get it. They weren't awful, but there were a couple stutter steps. Me personally, I actually liked the match. For the most part, it was a nice old school pace overall. It wasn't this just fucking all out lunacy. And I wish there were more matches in that pace. Doesn't mean I give a flying fuck about Christian Cage. I can say when guys put on good matches, I don't have to, enjoy them, but enjoy the character themselves. But both of these guys have been doing it so long, and from what everybody tells me, Cage is actually a very good wrestler in the ring. So
no, he is, and he recently got to, I guess, grease the wheels a little bit. He was in the Royal Rumble, so he was, he was the Royal Rumble. He got to work a little bit there. He did pretty well. But
that was the Royal Rumble. That's not a real
true.
match.
That's
so
true.
In a live setting, you could get away with bumbling and stuff.
That's true.
So I understand being in a real match, and you got a couple hiccups, but nothing. It was like maybe two spots where it felt a little, clumsy.
Yeah, but they know each other very well, like you said. I mean, they have history. So if you're going to have anybody face Christian for the first time, Kazarian makes sense for that reason. And I wouldn't be surprised if that is how they thought about it. It's like, well, let's give him somebody who he's comfortable with, who he's worked with, just to, have the opening and see how he does. And it was decent. There's nothing bad to say about it whatsoever.
Yeah. Anything else on the match? Like, that was pretty much.
I mean, I know that obviously Christian had to win, but I am disappointed. I would have loved to see Kazarian win, but they could never have done that. They can't do that.
Obviously, Kazarian's going heel.
Yeah.
He's kind of been on that trajectory for a minute now. Yeah. I thought the same thing during the match. I'm like, I really wish Kazarian would win, but he's not gonna. Real quick, before we move on, another miscellaneous that I hadn't taken note of was I'm hearing rumors that TNT was the one that told them no more surprises. They want to take advantage of the ratings. It's like they were pissed when Sting was a surprise. That's why they did the Paul White announcement, and that's why Paul White's the announcement made the announcement for the next one, and that's why it kind of made a big deal. Oh, and that came from Jericho, apparently. I didn't hear it. I seen it secondhand, but apparently Jericho said this.
I mean, I will say that absolutely, from the point of view of the television business, that makes sense, but that is going to kill everything. Like the fact that you will never be able to have a surprise turn up anymore.
I know.
Could you imagine if WCW did that back in the day? Like, with Hall and Nash, with Luger, with Hogan being the third man. Could you imagine tonight on WCW, you're going to see Hulk Hogan turn heel? It's like
all for
rating boost
for a one night rating. Listen, here's the deal: you get the surprise, right? and then you get the ratings the following
That's
week.
exactly. You do the surprise, and that's the thing that will make people tune in after that.
It's corporate America short-sightedness. They don't think, they just fucking they like they don't. These guys sit in a fucking office and you think they do this for a living. They don't think about things like that. Duh, motherfucker, you're gonna get the bump the following week.
Yeah.
You know?
It really does make
but
you
whatever.
respect the Turner Network even more from back in the day, that they didn't think about that. They didn't care. They're just like, no, we want to keep bringing people in. We want to shock people. That's garbage, but okay.
Yeah, so I forgot I had to say it. I'm surprised you didn't see
I
that.
did not see that, but again, as somebody who is obviously, I do see about what's going on in television networks and things like that, I totally understand it. I mean, it makes sense from a corporate point of view, but shitty for the business.
It's short-sighted.
Yeah.
Next up, we get Sting and Darby. They do a vignette, basically about Matt Hardy. So that was pretty much it. I liked it. It was filmed well. It looked good. Darby's got his hand in a lot of these video vignettes. So, that's something Darby said he wants to do, directing and all, producing and all that. So he's really shined in that, honestly. So
he also dropped a big truth bomb. He basically said that Big Money Matt is a shell of himself rather than earning respect these days. He's absolutely right.
I knew you'd get it.
I did. Like, that was just like, yep, that's truth bombs right there.
That's funny. Next up, we get a Jade promo. I thought it was very well done. Yeah. I really liked it.
She's definitely great on the mic.
Yeah, she's pretty damn good. She was a little rough in her first one, but she's out in front of a crowd, somewhat of an audience, and it's her first time, probably her first time doing it like that. And she had the one where I don't know what the hell, she must have had some kind of dental work done or something, where she did not even sound like herself. She was mispronouncing words.
Oh, right.
I don't know if you remember.
I do remember that. Yeah.
It was weird. I was like, what the hell? Like, she having a stroke or something,
right.
But she does a pretty good promo. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah.
I really liked how she framed it and everything. So next up, we get QT and Cody in an exhibition. So this started off well. Cody keeps getting the upper hand, obviously for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason. Cody keeps getting the upper hand. So eventually QT.
I'd say QB too, actually.
Queensbridge. So eventually QT grabs Cody's hair to get the upper hand on Cody. So I kind of like the whole story if it was anybody but QT.
I feel the same way.
Marshall, whatever the fuck, whatever.
Yeah.
I actually like this whole story. So the ending to me was great. He knocks out Arn Anderson, and then walks off. Everybody starts getting in a ring to be upset with him, and he's standing on the outside, taking the attention of the Dustin and Lee Johnson and Cody, and then of course all the other Nightmare families, Camarado and Solo and whatever. Oh, Anthony Ogogo was there, which was cool to see him in the ring.
Yeah, that was
finally.
cool. Yep.
We've known he's been there for a while. They all come in. They hit them with chairs. They start attacking them. Then QT starts leading, basically directing these guys what to do, setting guys up, and he's about to set Cody up for a pile driver on the stairs, and out comes Red Velvet, begging him to stop. That's your friend, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. And, he doesn't do it. But they're all laying out bloody and beat up and battered. And, like I said, if this was anybody except QT, I would... You know who this would have been perfect for? Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, that's true.
This would have been fucking
That's true.
fantastic if it was Dustin Rhodes.
Yep.
And then he goes, I got these Nightmare Family guys. I just started my wrestling school. They're my guys now.
Yeah, he's tired of being the backseat to his little brother who runs the show. That's actually that's really good. That would have been so much better for this.
Dustin Rhodes would have been perfect.
Yeah. That's true.
Now it's like, okay, we all know the Nightmare Factory is like a school, a training school. We know that they're partners in it. Okay. So you could have taken that and go, well, Dustin just started his own training school.
Yep.
So now you got Dustin, who takes some of his students and had them turn on him, takes them with him, and now he uses his school as a, like it's almost like a school rivalry. You know what I mean? Like, and a sibling rivalry on top of it. So I don't know. I really think that they fucking missed the boat. I mean, you're trying to elevate QT to be a dynamite guy, and he's just not.
No, he's milquetoast.
Nobody has interest in him.
No.
Nobody has interest in him. I love the angle.
Yeah.
Without QT being the angle.
Yep. Yeah, QT looks like your basic, general manager from, I don't know, AMP. It's like
right.
Best Buy. He looks like your basic general manager from Best Buy. He does not look like somebody who's no offense to anybody, by the way, who are general managers at Best Buy in this audience. We just lost 2%. But yeah, he's not somebody who's exciting enough to really bring this to. The other thing that did bother me about this, I guess, is that, he backs off at the end. You just had the Jade Cargill promo. Why is she not coming out?
Yes, I thought the same
Velvet,
thing.
Right? Like I was totally.
Maybe they didn't want the QT stink on her.
Could be.
That's what I thought. I said, why isn't she coming out? And I go, maybe they don't want the QT stink on her.
Yeah, because she could have joined that group. It would have been perfect.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's training there, if I'm not mistaken, so kind of works. But you don't want to put her with them. She's on her own trajectory right now.
Yeah.
So, and again, QT's a guy. I like him in the ring, but I have no care for his character.
Yeah, same.
Christian Cage, you know what I mean? Same thing. Eddie says in the chat, Owen versus Brett Angle between the Rhodes family. Yeah.
That would have been perfect. They could have totally done that. I mean, they already did have this mega match between the two of them.
Right.
But it was enough that enough time has passed, I think, that you could do like a whole war angle, and you could do something that could last months between the two of them.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I just
could have been an opportunity also to give Dustin a new character. I mean, right now he looks like a bad cosplayer. Like you could have turned him into a completely different new character who runs this factory. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. I was thinking that, like it was a great angle, but I just don't like QT. But you're right. I mean, Dustin would have been perfect. Tony's watching and he's like, shit. I fucked that one up.
I think it's Rhodes Wrestling Academy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's Dustin Rhodes' new one. It's been a while since I've seen anything on it. So anything else? I mean, you're done with that pretty much?
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. The angle is great, though the angle would begin a series of the same fucking thing throughout the course of this show, which we'll get to. But yeah, otherwise it was well done, except for the fact that, it was QT.
Next up, we get Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky going back and forth on a promo in the dark room, saying how they're the up-and-comers. I liked it. I like those guys together.
Yeah.
I don't know if their tag team, they have a tag match coming up on Elevation, I believe.
Yes. They're going against the Seidels.
Right. So my thing is Scorpio Sky back in a tag team? Ethan Page was in the North in TN and Impact.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So he was a tag champ there. Scorpio Sky can't break away, can he?
Yeah, that's the one thing I did find disappointing about this. I think they'll work well together, but I feel like they finally got to the point where they could put Sky on his own, and
Right.
now they're just falling back into another team. But maybe that's his. Maybe that's his comfort level. Maybe that's what he wants.
I'm thinking maybe they're just teaming to set them up as yet another faction, or group of guys. Group. We'll get to
Yeah,
it. We'll cap everything off with that. But we'll see.
exactly.
Next up, we get Red Velvet cutting a promo in the back with Dasha. Was it Dasha?
Yes.
Yes. Basically, as she's talking about what went down, Jade comes in and attacks her. I felt like it was a little too quick. Maybe a little bit longer would have been good, but
Yeah.
I guess you got to look at it. They also tend to go way too long sometimes. So it was nice to have a cut and dry in and out attack too. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
It does. It does. They didn't have to. They didn't have to go really crazy with it. It could have just been very quick. That would have been that.
Right. Maybe a couple more stomps would have been cool.
Yeah.
Walk off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty good to the point. Keeps that little beef going. Next up, we get Mox in a promo, basically how he hates it, about everybody he hates. So it was a good promo. We all know what Mox does.
Sure.
We all know how Mox is. Mox is gold. And then that leads into Mox versus Benoni. So I really thought this was a great match by these guys. Like I said before, I think Benoni's a future star.
Yeah.
Some of these awkward moments he has, once those wrinkles get ironed out, I mean, it's gonna be fun. And holy fuck, for me, I don't know about you, but that finish was amazing. The pump handle,
Yeah.
Into the sleeper,
Yep.
reversal, dude, and it was flawless.
Yeah.
When I say flawless, there was not a hiccup in that motion. It was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
God damn, that's one of the fucking finest things I've seen in wrestling in a long time. Just very cool and very innovative in my opinion.
Yeah.
Very well, who the fuck came up with, who's like, throw him in a pump handle, and as you get him up, he just slides out right into a fucking rear naked choke sleeper hold,
Yeah, it was well done. And like you say, Benoni is somebody who we were talking about last week. He's somebody who's definitely got a future ahead. It was nice that they threw him in there with Moxley. Like, they didn't waste any time putting him in there with top talent. So good stuff.
For sure. Then we get another Team Taz group meeting, and of course there's more Taz beef. So
we got 6 weeks of this.
Yeah. It's leading to Starks and Cage versus Starks versus Cage, and was it hilarious seeing Hook with a fanny pack?
That was, yeah.
He's got to be like 19, 20, and he's got the 80s fanny pack like every fucking pro wrestler, I think that.
Yeah. I was going to say that needs to be like when they do one of those exclusives for the figures, one of 5,000. They need to have a fanny pack, and that's the exclusive piece.
I don't know if they were kind of just trying to make him look old school, or if they were kind of tongue-in-cheek in it with that, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because Taz still walks around with a fanny pack. All these old school wrestlers still wear fanny packs.
They do. They're useful.
Yeah, big time. Yes. So here's the deal. If you ever see someone wearing a fanny pack, basically they're probably a pro wrestler.
Yes.
Or Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan won't shut up about his fanny pack. Actually, he stopped talking about it for a long time, which surprises me. Anyway, so MJF and the Pinnacle are in the dressing room next, and MJF said they had a gift for him. Basically, custom suits, basically all around. That's what it seemed like to me.
Yeah.
and we're gonna redeco the dressing room. It's just a small dressing room for that many guys, man. You can't.
It's tiny.
I don't see 6 guys comfortably hanging around in there.
No,
you know what I mean?
no. And is there one bathroom in there too? Because oh shit.
Yeah. Apparently. So speaking of the bathroom, MJF goes, we're gonna fix up this whole fucking dressing room, and opens the bathroom door, and who's there? The Inner Circle. And he's like, oh shit. And he starts to hightail, we gotta go. like the other guys aren't sitting there facing the bathroom and seeing what's there.
Right.
We gotta go, guys. Come on. And he tries to run out, and Jake Hager's at the front door. Stops him. Brawls ensue. Obviously, the tag teams get mixed up with each other. Sammy takes... who did Sammy take out there? Shawn Spears.
Yeah.
Hager and Wardlow, and MJF and Jericho. So I love how it was shot. It was shot cinematically, and it was shot well, and it really looked great. Speaking of the bathroom, and one bathroom and a lot of people using it, Jericho gives MJF a swirly. He drops him in the toilet. And he doesn't flush it. He should have flushed it. Apparently, Sting probably was having flashbacks because I believe it was Dick Murdoch or Dick Slater. I think it was Dick Slater had done this to Sting in the early.
Oh, yes, that's right.
In the 80s when he was still green. Something with Dark Journey. Sting was maybe messing around with her, and Dick Slater had been with her.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Dick Slater. It's, again, my memory sucks, but I've heard the story a million times over the years. And poor Sting was probably watching that going, oh, no. No one's ever denied it. A bunch of people have confirmed it's happened. Yep. I love Sting. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Sting. You're the man. And he was green. He was green as fuck in business.
Oh, yeah.
This was probably like 85, 86, because Dark Journey, that was Mid-South days and stuff. So he was just starting out in the business. I think it was, like I said, I think it was Dick Slater. I mean, he was known to be a tough son of a bitch. So, but yeah. So, here's my question: if I was a pro wrestler and they were like, Bill, you have to have your face shoved in a toilet. Oh, and when you pop out, you're going to be spitting water out, which means you've taken water in. I'd be like, never going to happen.
I'm kind of thinking that they either disinfect the water beforehand or...
I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do. My face is going nowhere near. I won't even touch my own... I don't even want to touch the lid of my own toilet. The seat. I don't even like to lift the seat. I'm like, I try to get the smallest part of my body to lift it. So... which is my penis. So
I never knew.
Well, you're a fucking germaphobe, so you'd understand.
No, it's true. It's true.
I'm not a germaphobe, but you know. So anyway, okay, what I'm gathering is they probably removed this toilet that was there, put in a brand new toilet, probably filled it with regular spring water before they did any turning on any water, did the move, and that's it.
That's what I think too.
Because there's no way you're getting me to put my face in a fucking toilet.
Yeah.
No way. I wouldn't do it in my own toilet, let alone a fucking public toilet. Okay? Anyway. Like I said, I love the brawl. It was well done. What do you think? I mean, what was your takeaway on that?
I mean, I was telling you before the show, I thought that the whole sequence was very, very well done. The only thing that bothered me about it is that, okay, so you've got the Pinnacle, and they're kicking ass, taking names, they're high on heat, and all of a sudden, that's it. After 1 week, 2 weeks, they're kicked out of their own dressing room. And
Right.
so why do we care anymore? They literally got kicked out. Inner Circle sign got put back up, the end. And obviously it's not the end, but I'd like to have gone at least a few more weeks of the Pinnacle beating down the Inner Circle. Inner Circle, right. It looks like it's hopeless. They can't do anything. They're constantly getting attacked, But no, after 1-2 weeks.
That's the perfect way, because they could have easily just come back, tried to get their revenge, lost in their revenge attempt.
Yes.
All right, this is what we're talking about. The heels always win. That's wrestling, and you pay it off by the faces getting the win back.
Exactly.
You build the crescendo, and the grand finale is where everybody pops. The Jiffy Pop bag explodes, and everybody gets what they've been wanting. You have them come out. Oh, they're back. They're gonna attack the Pinnacle. They attack. They fail. Right? Now you put more heat on the baby faces. Now they're now, number one, they just were heels, right? Mm. So you want to turn them babyface. One attack isn't turning them babyface. You keep attacking them, and they keep losing to the heels. Now the heels become the baby faces even more and more and more. And now when you get to, say, Blood and Guts, which is probably where they're going with this,
yeah,
you have the clear face. They're now faces. They've lost a lot. And, of course, maybe they get a little get back, but they still lose. You know what I mean? But you just keep making them lose and get beat down all the way down to the main event to the main finale to this program.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You hit it. You hit it right on the head. I wouldn't even let them get the upper hand in a couple times. I'd say get beat down for weeks.
Exactly.
And weeks, a month, and maybe get a little get back here and there, but nothing significant,
And that's the thing. You can't take any of this seriously anymore. It's like, okay, so this week QT Marshall builds his new group, has a beatdown. I can see them getting trashed next week, and that's like, who cares?
Yes, Cody's gonna
come back and beat him up next week, and Dustin's gonna have his revenge, and
just like that awesome program he could have had with Penta, right? He could have had an amazing thing with Penta. What does he do? He fucking beats Penta literally the week after Penta cuts that amazing promo, and that's it. That's the end of it. Like, what?
That was a waste.
Do you have to have a story for a single match? I don't really think you do. Does it help? I mean, yeah. Does it make a single match a little more impressive? Yeah, but did you really need to have,
Yeah.
Just disappointing. I just feel like, why are the faces winning?
All the time.
Why? All the fucking time. Yep. I don't even have to think hard. That is not pro wrestling formula.
No.
Sure, people go, oh, well, you don't have to do the same shit. Okay, don't do the same shit in certain ways, but there's certain formulas that make for pro wrestling. And that is, if there's a foundation of formulas, that's literally probably the first or second level. Maybe I'm not thinking it thoroughly through, but I think I would say that's either number one or number two.
Yeah, easily.
The baby faces don't win until it's necessary.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else on it?
No, that's about it. We'll see where they go next week. We'll see if they're able to recover from this next week and be a threat again.
Yeah, that we will. Next up, we get the Young Bucks promo. Callis cuts in and basically tells Nick to beat it. He wanted to talk to Matt. He tries to drag the heel out of Matt, basically.
Yeah.
Just keeps hitting him with different things, and it's coming. It's just gonna take a little time. They're not dragging it out. I mean, it's going at a good pace, but you see what they're doing. And Matt again sucks at acting.
Oh God. Callis is great, but he isn't.
Right. He really is. It wasn't awful. I'll say this. It wasn't awful or great, but he's doing this like am I wrong? He was doing this breathing thing, like
Yeah.
to show he was like getting a little angry, like yeah. Bro, what is wrong with you? You got sleep apnea or something? Like like what the fuck are we? What's wrong? You got a deviated septum? So too much. I mean, Matt Jackson's just fucking too
Yeah.
much, man. Hey, when he goes and does something good, then he fucks it up with 7 bad things. Anything you want on that segment, particularly that you wanted to point out?
No, just yeah. Callis did a great job. It was like trying. I mean, I don't think Callis is that great, but it was like watching an Academy Award winner have a scene with an understudy from a Broadway play. That's basically what it felt like.
Good observation.
Yeah.
Next up, we get Omega and the Good Brothers versus Lucha Brothers and Laredo Kid. Now, listen, man. Good match. Lots of great action. There's gonna be a lot, but it gets a little hectic at times. Omega didn't look too good in this to me. I wasn't too. The match, him in the match really wasn't that impressive. Nothing really stood out to me.
Mm-hmm.
But usually Omega's pretty solid, even in the short matches. Basically, at the end of this, Moxley walks out, and Omega and the Good Brothers invite him to come in the ring and basically confront him. And out come the Bucks, got his back. So they all go to jump in the ring, and the heels run off. So Kenny's all hot shit. They're all hot shit when it's just Moxley. Come on in, buddy. And then when it's the Bucks and Moxley, they saunter off. So,
yeah.
Basically, this is the most obvious Bucks heel turn in the history of the planet Earth. The most obvious heel turn, I should say, in the history of the planet Earth. There's no way that Mox doesn't get turned on by the Bucks. It's all being planned and set up. Listen, I'm not saying we're geniuses for this, but it's just obvious. I'm sure you've seen it coming as well. Basically, what I feel this is going to lead into is Bucks turning, joining Kenny, Bullet Club, Elite back together, and it's going to lead into a program of the Bucks versus Moxley and Kingston for the tag titles.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that Moxley and Kingston are going to win the tag titles.
I'm thinking that too. I don't know whether or not that really does anything for Moxley to become a tag champion, but
well, he said I heard, I didn't go and dig into this when I've read it, that people commented that Moxley said he would love a tag run and go for the titles and whatnot. So I have a feeling that might be one of the things that he's getting out of this.
So this is for his own personal edification, essentially.
Right, like he's gonna get something he's wanted, So
right.
I heard this. This is people talking, maybe even like pages that post shit up about this. I never, least research. I never dug deeper than people's comments.
Right.
So, we'll see. Oh my God. This is the other thing about this. When they come out, Matt Jackson's still selling that Callis punched him earlier.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Bro, you're selling a punch from like an hour ago. Why? And he's selling it like shit at that. Who the fuck does that to sell a punch like to the face?
Exactly. It's so. What would have happened if he had gotten this major beat down? He would have been selling it for the rest of the month.
Dude, he is so fucking bad that he doesn't know not to sell. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
Such a fucking joke. We need a Matt selling meme, like maybe when somebody subscribes.
Oh, like what? Yeah.
Matt, yeah. When Matt sells, it fucking pops up on the screen.
Like an icon.
Yeah. Oh my god, so fucking bad, dude. What was your goal with this whole match?
I mean, it was a decent match. I think you're right. Omega didn't look as great as he could have. I don't know if a lot of that has to do with. I feel like Omega does better in singles matches than he does in tag matches. I don't know. I could be missing something. I've always felt that way when it comes to him. Um,
I thought him and Hangman looked really good
Actually, you're
together.
right. You're right. Him and Hangman look pretty good.
Maybe trio, four
Maybe
man,
that's what it
eight
is.
man.
Multi-man, like in the multi-man
Right.
match, it's probably a better.
Multi-man
Yeah,
match.
probably a better idea.
AEW multi-man match.
Which is every match.
AEW MMM. AEW MMM.
But otherwise, it was pretty decent. Not the worst of six-man tags.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we get a Brit promo. Basically, I felt like this promo was all about talking up Dark Elevation.
Yes.
That's basically what it felt like to me. So that's good. I like that they're finally incorporating this shit.
I still want to know where the fuck the waiting room is. Why did they remove that show?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Well, who knows? Who knows? They do something good and then they fuck it up.
Right.
All right, moving on. Nyla and Bunny versus Tay and Shida. So okay, I'm just reading my note
Okay.
here. I apologize for the dead silent, but I don't remember the exact sequence, but Shida was stuck in a corner at one point before the hot tag. I think it was the first tag of the match, and she's stuck in the corner with the heels, and she just put together such an amazing sequence on those heels, which led to her being able to get away and get that hot tag. I just remember that it was good. I don't remember it exactly right now, but I remember when I took the note that it was really good. I want to say she had Nyla down and she out of something in the corner she threw the other one on her in the corner, something like that. It just went really well. It's fucking embarrassing that I can't remember. But
I can't remember that myself now. I mean, that match is a bit of a haze to me. I was more thinking, I was more paying attention to what was going on at the end and such. But yeah.
Yeah. I thought this was a pretty good match. I thought it was a good match overall. You had four women in there do their thing. I think it got a little weird when Ty first got in.
Yeah, it was a little clunky when she got in.
Yeah.
Like normally with the hot tag, you have more of an explosiveness that happens, and Ty is a very explosive wrestler, but it did feel a little bit clunky when she got in there, which is a shame because that's not normally what we're used to seeing from her.
Yeah, I think that the timing was off just as she was running in. I think she tried to do the arm whip flip, and I think they just were she was a little faster than everything, and she got a little ahead of everything going on. Or you could say that I think it was Nyla in the ring. Maybe was it Nyla?
Nyla was in the ring, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but maybe she was a little a step behind. But either way, it was good. I love Shida when she does that like she's got that fire. You know what I mean? And she's really been, since she's been champ, she's added that to her character.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think it gives her like just this other level. It makes her look like she's, she's not just there to fucking rest. You know what I mean? Like she gets on it. She like kind of hulks up almost, And I really like that. I've been saying that. I mean, you've heard it from me before.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And Bunny looked great when she's in there. Oh, as always. I mean, when she's fucking putting something on somebody, she looks like she's hurting.
Yeah, I still think of the four. I mean, she always looks the best.
That's half the battle.
Exactly.
That's half the battle. Which is another reason I like when Shida gets fired up.
Yeah.
Thing. She goes crazy. She gets crazy, and she starts fucking really just beating on people.
Yeah.
I love her. Like, I love this about Bunny when she gets in the ring. She does that skip. She does a little skip around the ring, and then she gets fucking devious and it's almost like the innocence into the fucking maniacal. You know what I mean?
It's perfect. That kind of a character, like an evil bunny.
Yes, she's got like this psycho side, but she's like, oh, I'm just a pretty little girl skipping, and then she starts ripping people's hair out. You know what I mean? So I really like this match.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Anything particular from you on this match?
No, it's just like every time Allie was in the ring, like you said, that was what always impressed me the most. I felt like she was the best performer of the four of them. I mean, she is obviously great as well. But Allie, yeah, I am glad that actually this leads to a one-on-one with Ty next week. I kind of do want to see Allie more on a singles run. I know she had to be in a tag for the purposes of this story, but I'm really hoping that they elevate her on a singles course.
Well, we spoke about this. We spoke about this last week. Ty is number one.
Yep.
And we said this is actually going according to, I believe we said this exactly.
He did.
Bunny is now going to wrestle Ty. Bunny's going to beat Ty, and Bunny's going to be going for Shida's title.
Exactly. And hopefully she's the one who takes it. I hope so.
I hope she takes it. And I love Shida. She's going to have the longest run ever. She's going to be probably a year at that point. But it's time we finally get another woman who can carry the title. And if anybody's going to take it, that's who I want to take it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
As much as I love what Britt's doing promo wise, she just can't carry the title. She just can't. I don't care what anybody says. Just watch the matches. All right?
Yeah.
It's that simple. Oh, we got Jimmy. Ty and Shida make a great team, and we get it already, you guys. Simp for Allie. Whatever, bitch. All right, so let's cap this off. We'll make this a quick one. Last but not least, we get Miro and Kip versus Orange and Chuck. Wild match. I hated the concept. I fucking hated the concept.
Yeah.
However, it was good otherwise. I'll say that. Statlander made a return.
That was a nice surprise.
Which was a nice surprise. She looked sharp. She looked good. Like the get-up looked good. The face paint. Like, I really liked the look. Hopefully she drops this alien gimmick shit.
I was very surprised that, like, before the episode, they're not like, returning this week, Chris Statlander.
Allie.
And here's where.
Yeah. She's going to pop out of a machine. Right. So that was good to see Chris Statlander back. And, of course, Trent makes his return.
Yes.
And Sue returns.
Yes. Of course, Sue returns.
Miro waves to her like a goofball. Hi, Sue. And then he runs up then he goes to the car and starts to rip on it, which, it's like another psychomaniacal, like, hi, and then you're a fucking beast.
Yeah.
So Jimmy says Sue's the GOAT in caps with 1, 2, 3, 4 exclamations. He was close.
You're riding the wave. Yeah, you're riding the wave there, man. You're gotta be careful.
You're gonna that wave is gonna crash, and you're gonna crash with it. Watch those exclamations. You gotta watch that punctuation, boy. So it was cool. Chuck Taylor looks like shit, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I mean, I never used to fuck with him about the body, look at me, bro. Like, who the fuck am I to talk? But I'm not out there naked in my fucking with my shirt off on live TV every week. But he, I've heard people rip him for his physique and shit, especially Cornette back when I was actually listening to Cornette here and there. And man, I'm starting to fucking believe it. He just I don't care about Chuck at all, bro. Like, you need to fucking peel Trent and peel Orange Cassidy off of this guy because, peel him like an orange.
Exactly.
Right? No interest in him.
I did think though, like the best move of the entire match was really the end, was that Falcon Arrow through the air hockey table. from Statlander to Penelope Ford. That was really well done.
Yeah, it was. It was nice and protected.
Very, yeah, exactly. She did it the right way.
Tucked well.
Right,
yeah.
right. You did it wonder, oh shit, did her head go through? No, that was done exactly the right way. It was perfect.
And shout out to Penelope. Look at this.
Yeah. This is like I mean, she always looks great, but this match specifically, yeah.
Jimmy says, let's book Sue in the van versus Shida. 5 that time.
Or maybe Sue versus Shida inside the van.
Oh, 5 exclamations. Jesus. Basically, Jimmy's saying he hates Shida and he wants her to run her over. That's what he's insinuating. Jesus, bro. I get it. Thunder Rosa.
You got to write with the capital, lowercase, capital, lowercase, capital, lowercase.
Yeah. Capital, upper, capital.
That's
upper.
right.
Oh, man. So, who the fuck won this match? I forgot.
Taylor and Cassidy won.
Okay. Fucking
I mean,
that's right.
I forgot everything after that freaking power bomb. I was just like, damn, the Falcon Arrow.
That's right. Because I remember thinking this is kind of going to be where Kip and Miro maybe have more issues.
Right.
Because who took the pin? It was Kip,
It
right?
was, I think it was Kip. Yeah, it was Kip. Kip got hit with the running power slam through the tables from Taylor.
Okay. Why the fuck don't I remember that spot?
I just remembered it because it was in the notes. But yeah.
Is that when he was the wall of prizes?
Yes. Okay.
And he pinned him on the table.
That's right. Basically? Well, the tables, like on the wreck. Yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah. Whew.
Yeah, I've lost a lot of brain cells since Wednesday, so yeah.
So go ahead, all right, since this is the end of the episode, riff on what you want to riff with this whole episode. We didn't really riff during the episode, so have at it. Because I didn't think the episode was that bad, but I get the point you're gonna make.
I mean, really, from me, it was just like it was the same theme with the stables. With the factions, it's like, okay, you got all these factions forming or factions attacking, and I get doing something like that once in a show, but what was it, 3 times with 3 different factions? And
then when they're not doing that, they're shooting over to factions, doing interviews.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's
factions.
Yeah, it's too much of the same thing. There's not enough variety throughout, and that was the thing. By themselves, like if you were to take the pieces of the show out in by themselves, it was a pretty good show. But you look at it all together, you're just like, what, this again, more factions? I don't know. I don't understand the overindulgence of it. I really don't.
Yeah, and we've said this from the beginning. AEW has this penchant to overdo stuff. Oh, we did it this time. Then we did it this time in the same show. Then we do it next week. They have they tend to do that too frequently.
Way too
where
frequently.
It's like they repeat the same thing in the same show, and then they'll even go on to do it the following week. So, I don't know. I just it seems like they're not going to change that anytime soon. Maybe they've done it less. I just haven't paid attention, to be honest with you, lately.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah, but this week was overboard with it. I don't know.
That's it. Any other closing statements?
I am looking forward very much to next week to see Ty one-on-one with the bunny.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I think that'll be
something really good to watch. I am curious to see what happens with Pinnacle next week. Again, I want to know if they're going to be able to come back from what happened this week, where they just had all the wind taken out of their sails. And now I want to see what they do with them next week. And then I guess the QT thing, they're gonna have to do something more interesting considering QT's at the head. That's all I got.
Maybe they kill QT and somebody in his group takes
Well, after this week, that's what's going to happen. Next week, you're going to have Dustin roll over QT, like, this is my show now, and then we know. And then we know it.
That would be the way to save it, is have Dustin actually be the mastermind behind QT.
Yes.
So, Tony Khan, if you're listening, which I think you are. No, I'm kidding. That's the best angle right there. Make Dustin look like he's with Cody all the way, and he's the one that finally turns, and it was him all along as the puppet master.
Yep.
Perfect opportunity.
Yeah. And he's seasoned at this. He is seasoned at being a manipulator and at being crazy like that. It's like you can't do it with anybody better for that group.
I would almost say, what would make this amazing, but unfortunately, I think the Pinnacle versus Inner Circle is better. Would be the War Games match.
Yeah.
Make this a War Games match.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
And in the match, Dustin turns on him when it's him and Dustin versus 4 guys or 3 guys left. And Dustin turns on Cody and fucking they beat Cody to death. And that's the end. Like, how amazing would that be?
That would be awesome.
For a fucking War Games Blood and Guts match. The fucking angle would be incredible, dude.
And then Cody would be gone for 1 week and he'd be fine the next week. But yes.
I really like, oh man. But can you do 2? Like, here's the deal. Can you do 2 Blood and Guts matches in one night? Yes, you can. But does it take away from one doing the other? It kind of feel it does.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah, so that's true.
It's like, do you want to... I don't know. I wouldn't be against it, but what would you do for, like, what would you can't have that Dustin angle be first, and then have Inner Circle and Pinnacle be last.
No, that the Dustin angle would have to end it.
It's more, in my opinion, more impactful.
Yes.
As much as I prefer the Pinnacle and some of the Inner Circle to Cody and what he's doing, I still, this is one Cody indulgent thing that I would understand, where it's like, that's a bigger story than the Inner Circle Pinnacle.
Absolutely.
The brother being the maniacal puppet master over QT, then that makes this worthwhile. So anyway, book it, Tony. Book us. Put us on the booking committee. I can't write a fucking story to save my life. I can give you some basic layouts like we just did here. Other than that, I won't say that I could be a full-time booker writer where I can write full stories, everything in between, etc. I never understood the book it from the finish. I could never book. They say book backwards. I don't know. Like, I couldn't even think backwards, let alone book backwards. So.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's easier to tell a story from start to finish than it is from finish to start, I think. But which is ironic, because for what I do, I have to schedule things out from finish to start. So much easier to do with dates than it is to do with actual creative content.
Right. So I think that's it for today, fellas. Everybody, thank you for listening. Jimmy in the chat says Vince Russo is greater than Bill Singh. Jimmy, please tell me that wasn't a good idea. Come on, man. Anyway, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell. Just hit the thumb, please. All right? These guys didn't get their 30 likes on last video, so they will not be taking over the stream.
Oh, that's right.
And the podcast. So, boo-hoo, the HWO went down. They didn't really push either. I would have thought they'd have been trying to push it on social media and be like, yo, please throw a like. It's going to help us get on the show and take it over. They didn't do anything.
And it would have been perfect because next week is the 50th episode. Obviously, 52 is the big one for 52 celebrating a year, but still
for us.
But 50 is still a milestone. So, yeah, that's too bad.
It's a shame, man. You guys blew it. You could have been blowing us up on social media, number one, while getting yourselves over, number two. So HWO has failed. UncensoredAlliance.com is everything we do. Email us at AEW Uncensored Podcast @gmail.com. Love mail, hate mail, questions, comments, statements. Please send it to us. Because if by year 2 we never get emails, I'm quitting this podcast. And if I quit the podcast, means Alan quits the podcast, because I do all the technical side of it.
Well, I also want to do it creatively by myself.
Right, there you go. We'll get to that another time. Relax, Alan. And then we are on Facebook at AEW Uncensored Podcast. Throw it in the search bar. We have a page and a group. Like the page, join a group. We are on all third-party podcast applications. We are on Google Podcasts, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeart, and iTunes. Please write us a review.
Yeah.
Again, if we're 2 years in and we still have 14 fucking reviews, why the fuck should we do it? If you love us, help us fucking grow. That's how you help us grow. You know how else you help us grow? Thumbing this video, liking it, subscribing, hitting the bell. If you're listening to the audio podcast version, please come over to our channel, AEW Uncensored Podcast on YouTube. Like the video, subscribe. Even if you just listen to the podcast version, you know why? Because that just shows us support on YouTube and gets us out to more people who might not know about us and don't listen to it as an audio. They might just be willing to watch the live video or the video after we go live. So please, that all helps us. As far as getting on the show for a call-in, we use Skype. We have the link in the description of the YouTube video and the podcast. So get at me. Send me a message. I'll put you in our group chat, and you get down with all the rest of the people that join the show every week. So that's pretty much it. And then, like I said, from that group, we bring you on the show as a guest to, as a calling guest. So that's about it. Let me see. Jimmy says I was too busy dealing with Somali pirates on the group. Oh, he's dissing AEW Wrestling Uncensored, the group. That's not the podcast page. That's the group. That's just an AEW group that I run with Alan and Eddy. I don't know if you're actually running it, Alan, but
I think I'm in there. Yeah.
So AEW Wrestling Uncensored is the group name. So if you want to join that as well, please do. He jokes because we just add people. You can't fucking take people by their name. You can't just deny people by their name. So we let everybody in, and then as soon as they post their spam, we block them.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's nothing you can really do about that. It's gonna happen, unfortunately. So, but yeah, that's about it for today. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Yes.
Whoa, my God. You yelled that pretty loud.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm fine with you. You just caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it. Oh, Jimmy says nobody's running the group. I am, fucker. Jesus. I check it every week. But yeah, that's it. And thank you, everybody. And we will see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.